Hi, I'm Peggy, and I am the leader of the phenomenal Tastefully Simple All Star team. And one of the things that makes it so phenomenal is you. Every person on this team makes it the great team that it is. So, whether you buy or sell one beer bread in a year or you buy or sell 10,000 beer breads in a year, every one of you is very, very important. And because of that, I want to share this incredible opportunity that all Tastefully Simple consultants have, and I'm afraid that so many of us don't even think it's an opportunity for us. And I really want to talk to you about that. And that is our Party to Paradise incentive. And the reason I'm doing this video is because I believe you, yes, you, I'm talking to, can party to paradise. So, where are you going to go? You're going to go to the brand new Hard Rock Hotel in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. Doesn't that sound fun? And you deserve to go there as much as any other Tastefully Simple consultant. So, I want to visit with you a little bit more about it and about how you can do this. So, one of the things I do want you to do is I want you to go to the link and check it out. You can find the link on my HQ. You can find it on our Facebook page. You can find it in the email that you'll receive from me. But take a look at the link about the trip, and then also take a link to look at the Hard Rock Hotel in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, because I want you to start thinking about how much fun it would be for you to be there. Then I need you to write down these dates because this is when you're going to be gone. So you're going to need to take vacation time if you have a job elsewhere, or if you've got children, you need somebody to take care of your children, or maybe you're going to earn enough money to take your whole family. You can do whatever you want with this trip. But let's get these dates written down. Level 1 and level 2, if you are earning those levels, you will be gone on April 15th to 18th, 2021 in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. If you're going to work on levels 3 and 4, you will be gone April 13th to the 18th, 2021. And so just leave a couple days earlier. Otherwise, we'll all be down there together April 15th through 18th, 2021. Doesn't that just sound amazing? And we've got an entire year to earn this trip. That's right, our incentive period just started July 1st, so we're only a week and a half in, and we've got until June 30th of 2020 to get this done. Now, why might you want to do this? Well, duh, it would be a lot of fun. In fact, um, who doesn't want fun? And, I know every person on this team works hard. You might have a job, you have a family, you've got lots of roles that you fill. So, why not reward your hard work by playing hard and earn the trip of a lifetime? Don't you deserve some time to enjoy the trip of a lifetime that you can get through working? What about cash? If you're working towards a trip, you're probably going to be at a higher commission level, which means more cash in your pocket. You'll be earning more money. So maybe there's some other people you want to take on the trip with you. If you work towards level 2 or higher, you're going to earn a guest. But if you work towards level 1, you can earn money to take a guest. You're eligible to buy in a guest. And if you get higher than level 1, take the whole family with you and you've got money to do that. So more cash is another reason to do this. How about recognition? Be recognized on the stage at Party Palooza. And you might think recognition doesn't mean a lot to you, but when you're on stage in a national conference being recognized for your achievements, all of a sudden it becomes a lot more fun. So think about recognition and also new friends. Make new friends. You go on these trips. I tell you what, I've run these trips every year since they started. I have met lots of wonderful, tastefully simple consultants that have become friends. I've got friends all over the United States. You can never have too many friends. And you really get to hang out with some of the top performers in the company, so you learn a lot too. So, more fun, more cash, recognition, new friends. Aren't those some really, really good reasons why you want to earn this trip to Cabo San Lucas? And I want you to think about, if you went on this trip, who would you take with you? Now, if you're thinking you can't do this, I want you to stop right there. It doesn't matter if you are a brand new consultant. It doesn't matter if you've just been a casual consultant that's just done a little bit of dabbling here and there. You can earn this. All you need is a plan. And I want to talk to you a little bit about that. In fact, it was interesting. I was just reading an article and I ripped out this page, and it was an article about some warriors. They're wounded warrior amputees that have a softball team, and they play people that are able-bodied and they still win. And one of the quotes that caught my attention was, You realize there's nothing holding you back except yourself. So I'll tell you right now, if you think you can't do this, you need to stop because you are the one holding yourself back and you shouldn't hold yourself back from your dreams. So I want to talk to you just at the very basic level about this trip because you can earn this trip by earning 25,000 points. That's the level one. Now, level two, three, and four, you can earn more points. And I'm going to let you go online and look at all those yourself because that takes more time to explain everything. So I'm just going to start with the first level because it's easiest to explain. And if you want more, that is absolutely wonderful. Talk to me about it and we'll set up a plan so that you can get more. But to earn a trip for yourself, you need 25,000 points. That's it. 25,000 points. $1 sold equals 1 point earned. So sell $25,000 worth of Tastefully Simple products in a year. You have got a trip earned to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. But you don't have to just sell 25,000. Maybe you want to add team members. Maybe you want a first time promotion to Copper Leader. Those things all earn you points too. So think about that. If you had 2 new team members, you would get 6,000 points. Now you just need to sell 19,000 points to get that free trip. So there are different combinations of things that you can do to earn the trip. But think that 25,000 points, you earn the trip. So I want you to think about this. I want you to visualize yourself earning this trip. I want you to visualize yourself being a successful Tastefully Simple consultant. I want you to print some pictures and put them on the refrigerator or wherever you see them a lot. I want you to put some sand in your shoes and walk around like you just were at the beach. Whatever you need to do to visualize yourself on this trip, please do that because you want to remember the law of attraction. And Shasta, if you're watching this, we just talked about the law of attraction a couple of days ago when you talked about those books that you were reading. But you attract into your life whatever you think about. You subconsciously work towards that when you are visualizing and you can see yourself somewhere that plainly. You subconsciously work towards your goal. So you really need to focus on your goal because that helps you see the opportunities much, much easier. I was on a phone call with Margaret Thompson. Maybe some of you were on a call with Margaret Thompson where she kind of covered some of the stuff I'm talking about and broke down a plan. But one of the gals that was on my call said, really, it's as simple. Do a party a week, toss in a fundraiser here and there, and have a few catalog parties, and you earn a trip. I don't know how to make it much easier. I know I work a lot harder on my full time job, and they have never sent me to Cabo San Lucas, and I don't imagine that they will. So, anyway, one of the things I want to remind you of is that you need to picture yourself doing it. You need to know you can do it. You need to get out of your way. Don't let fear and doubt keep you from your dreams. Fear is a liar. It really is. You have dreams. Go on this trip of a lifetime because you can do it. So let me give you some steps. One step is look at the levels. Which level do you want? And write it down. So if you write down level one and you need 25,000 points and that kind of scares you a little bit, that's okay. Because if your goal doesn't scare you a little bit, it is not big enough. I'll tell you right now, I'm trying to decide what level I'm going for. Level one for me isn't even a goal anymore. I just know I'm going to earn it. So I need to do something that's going to scare me and push me a little bit. So I'm going to be looking at levels two, three, or four. I can't decide which one yet. So I'm working on that. And if you're looking at levels two, three, or four, let me know because I'm going to need a goal buddy to work along with me. The second step, surround yourself with people who believe you can do it. Surround yourself with other people that are working towards something similar. Find a goal buddy. Get on our Tastefully Simple team. Shout out your challenges. Shout out your successes. Get on the Tastefully Simple Silverleaf Facebook group. Whatever it is, but surround yourself with people who believe you can do it. The third one, set your overall goal for the trip. And that means what level you're working for, how many parties do you need? Because then that helps you determine your strategy, look at your monthly sales and sponsoring goals, and you can break that down then into monthly and weekly activities. So it makes it much, much easier to do. Step number 4, highlight your available dates. Get that calendar out, set your work schedule. Carve out time on your schedule when you're going to do these activities. That's right. You have to set a work schedule just like you have on the job. You might go to work from 8 to 5 every day. That's your work schedule. What's your work schedule for Tastefully Simple? Now, the great thing is it is flexible. You set your own schedule, you are your own boss. Here's the opportunity to prove that you are a good boss and you set a schedule and you work it and you follow it. Now, some things to keep in mind as you're setting your schedule and you're thinking about, oh, how am I going to jump into this in July? Our new catalogs come out August 12th, so this is a great time to do some last chance parties with the summer catalog. And think about doing client care calls and texts in July. Remind anyone that ordered from you in June that they received birthday bucks to use in July. And so they'll want to use those, and that will add to some sales for you. Step number 5, share your goal with your support group. Maybe it is other consultants. Maybe it's your family. Maybe it's your friends. Maybe it's other hosts. I have hosts that have had parties for me, and they have said they wanted to be a part of me earning my trip. And so that's really cool. People like to help, so let them. I will tell you though, if you have people that are doubters that don't think you can do it, don't even tell them about your goal. You just work it. And then when you earn that trip, say, guess what? I earned a trip because we are good enough at self sabotaging. We don't need other people sabotaging ourselves. So keep that in mind. And number 6, track your goal. Use a tracking sheet. And somewhere I have a tracking sheet. This is a tracking sheet I developed for level 1 that can help people. I'm emailing it to you, and it's also on our Facebook page. Use it as is or adapt it to something that will work for you, but use a tracking sheet and keep track of everything so that you see how you are moving along and cheer yourself along the way. Be sure to ask me if you get any questions for that. So, some other things to think about as you're working towards this trip. Know your party averages. I want you to know that company wide catalog parties, Facebook parties, online parties, I'm going to kind of lump them together. The party average is $200 to $300. So if your averages for catalog Facebook online parties are less than $200 to $300, think about some ways that you can maybe get that up to a company average. Tasting parties are $400 to $500 average sales. Mine are at about $600 average sales. Look at yours. If they're less, what are some things that you can do to bring that up to a company average so that you can work smarter and not harder? Maybe host coaching. And host coaching is a skill that you can use and a technique that you can develop. Anybody can do that. And so if you need some help with that, let me know. I would be happy to do that. So know your party averages. Determine how many money making activities you need. How many tasting parties do you need if you want to do those? How many catalog parties do you need? How many freezer mill workshops do you need? How many fundraisers? Are you going to do a combination of those things? What's your combination look like? And one of the things I want to share with you that I thought was really interesting, and I look at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I could do this. This would not be hard. What if you did a combination of these activities every month? What if every month you had 4 Facebook catalog online parties and they were $200 each? The company average is $200 to $300. We're going to go the low end, $200. That'd be $800 in sales a month. And that does not really take a lot of time to do that. And then what if you had a freezer mill workshop? What if you tossed that in there and you had, oh, I don't know, 4 or 5 people doing that? Um, you would have $350 in sales a month. What if you did 4 tasting parties and they averaged $500 a month? You'd have $2,000 in sales a month, and add that up, that's $3,150 in monthly sales. That is huge, and it is not working that hard. Take that times 12, and you've got $37,800 in sales, like almost $13,000 more than you need for a free trip. So, goodness, you could really earn a lot of points. So when you break it down like that and you get 37,800, really it's not that much of a stretch to go to level 2. So read the notes in the emailer that I put on our Facebook page because it talks about that, and you might want to just work on earning a guest. Now, also in the notes, you're going to see some strategy examples, some examples of sales and sponsoring combinations. These are just examples. Create your own. So that's one, the combination of activities I gave you, and that would be just strictly on sales. But let's say you're working towards level 1. If you sell an average of $2,085 a month, have a free trip. Or Let's say you want to do sponsoring instead. You sell an average of um, 1,500 a month for 12 months and you sponsor 3 new consultants. You have a free trip. Not that hard. You can do the same thing with level 2, 3, and 4. And I've got some of those strategies and notes that you are getting or that I have posted on the Facebook page. So, some tips: set some monthly goals and follow those goals as much as you can, but don't get stressed out if you don't meet them every month. Your strategies can be practiced and they become habits over time, and you'll find that it gets easier and easier. Another thing I want you to think about: in reality, Tastefully Simple, like most sales companies, 40% of the sales comes in the fourth quarter. It's easier to get higher sales in the fourth quarter. People are looking for us in the fourth quarter. And so use that to your advantage. So if your monthly sales goal is 1,500 a month, bump that up 40%. Take that monthly sales goal of 1,500 times 1.4 and you're going to get 2,100. Make that your sales goals for those months. That way, in months when sales aren't as high, you've got those extra sales. So um, make hay while the sun shines. So the fourth quarter is October, November, December. Actually, for us, September is a huge month. So you can go September, October, November, December, and do in that 4 months, probably 4 months, like 7 months worth of sales to get this trip. I want you to think about that and set a goal for December 31st to be at a halfway point. I mean, if you want 25,000 points to earn the trip, try really, really hard to have at least 12,500 by December 31st so that you're halfway there, because then you're just pacing right along. Another thing I want to remind you of, another tip is to overbook to account for reschedules, cancellations, or lower sales. Um, think about what's your cancellation rate, especially January. January seems to have a higher cancellation rate. So, what can you do to lower the risk of cancellation rates? And can you tuck an extra catalog party in there to account for some lower sales? What about sponsoring? Maybe sponsoring is part of your plan. Um, think about this. Again, sponsoring is a numbers game. On company average, one person out of every five that you have a sponsoring conversation with will sign. If you do 5 sponsoring conversations a month, a little over one a week, you can have 12 new team members at the end of the year. Now, a conversation isn't, oh, do you want to know some more information? Here you go, and handing them some information. A sponsoring conversation is a conversation that you take them through to find out how Tastefully Simple might fit what some of the things they're looking for, and then taking them to the point where they make a decision. Do they want to sign up? Are they ready to sign up now? And then let's get them going. If you need some help with that, let me know that too. Um, and then another tip: try to front load your month. And not that you have to do exactly the amount of sales month after month after month, but the more that you can keep on pace per month, the easier it is for you to track, the easier it is to not fall behind. So if you front load your month and somebody has to reschedule, you might still be able to get them in that month. Also, it's kind of nice if you can front load your month because then you've got that last week to play catch up, do host coaching for the next month, get party kits out, or any of the other stuff that you need to do. So that last week you can use it as time to kind of catch up. Another tip: think about, we have until June 30th to earn this trip, but in your mind, trick yourself. You've got till May 31st to earn this trip. Then what happens? If you are a couple thousand short, you still have the month of June. I know Tastefully Simple consultants that are $1,000 short that last day, and they are scrambling to get $1,000 in sales. Now, you know what? Usually they do it. It's amazing. They can get $1,000 in a day, but why do that to yourself when you can pretend that you need to be done by the end of May, and then you've got that whole entire month to do catch up? Um, Now, another thing I want to tell you is, let's say that your monthly goal is $2,000 and you end up with $3,000 in sales a month. Don't be like, oh, yay, now next month I only have to sell 1,000 because I've already got the extra 1,000. That's what we call sandbagging. It leads to a false sense of security. You earn this trip with consistency. And so when you're not putting in that consistent effort, it does create a gap. Think about those extra sales like having a savings account for your trip over a slower month. So if something does happen that's slower, um, you've got those extra sales. Don't create a slower month by saying, oh, good, I've got that extra thousand now. I don't need to worry about it. Another thing to think about, it's July. We're a third of the way done with July. Don't discount this month. You can still do catalog parties. You can do Facebook parties. A fun backyard party on a Thursday evening can be a great way to enjoy summertime evening with friends. You still have time. Something else I want to say is watch for a bonus month. In previous years, Tastefully Simple has offered double points in a particular month, and usually it's July or January. Now, since we're already in July and they aren't offering double points, I'm guessing it's not July. But I'm thinking it could be August. I'm thinking it could be January. And I want you to just think about that, to be ready to make the most of the opportunity. Now, I will tell you, I'm not sure that they'll do this year, but they have most of the other years. So if there's a chance that you can earn double points, I want you to be aware of that and be ready to make the most out of that. And then another thing I want you to think about, what do you need to learn? Do you need to learn host coaching to get your party averages up? Do you want to develop a client care system? Those are skills that you can learn. For more information, reach out to me, reach out to other team members, reach out to HQ, look at the training online, whatever you need to do. But I want you to earn this trip. I know you can party to paradise. And so I'll do whatever I can to help. I already know I'm going to earn the trip. It would sure be fun to have some all stars go with me. Now, I will tell you somebody that was on the call with me. I referred to another consultant earlier. Somebody that was on the call with me talked. She was a brand new consultant, signed June 30th. She's not even an active consultant yet. And she said, I want to earn this trip. Can I earn this trip? Of course she can. Brand new consultant, been a consultant 10 days, not active, and she is going to work to earn this trip. Think about how far ahead you are. You already know more about Tastefully Simple. You know more about the products. You know more about some strategies. You know how you like the food. You know how to prepare meals using Tastefully Simple. You are so far ahead. You have this great opportunity. Why not take the most of it? So I want you to really think about this. I want you to let me know if you are going to do this so that I can work with you. I want somebody to work with me as I'm working on my trip. And I want you to interact with our other team members and on our Facebook page or by email or by text so that we can cheer each other on and really make this work. Now, if you are on the calls with Margaret Thompson, that is wonderful because you're probably hearing some duplicate things because I'm taking most of what she said and repeating it to you. So um, I'm going to be on a call with her again next week. I'm going to do the same thing. And next week's call is going to be talking about maximizing sales and how to catch up if you fall behind. So you will hear from me soon. In the meantime, pay attention to what I'm saying. Don't let opportunities pass you by. Don't let fear be the enemy. Set your goals, focus, and think about the law of attraction. And we are going to be partying in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico together in April of 2021.